And hey, here we go. What's up, guys? This is Darius, and this is my mother, Lena.
Hello.
And today we are going to talk about workplace, work, things related to that topic, and lessons that we've learned over the years, and maybe even some tips about how to do your best at work. Okay.
We also want to touch on mistakes that we have made in the past. I know for me, one of the mistakes that I have made in the past is leaving a job because of a toxic work environment or because of a rude, uncaring boss or a rude, uncaring coworker that seems to thrive all the time while making other people miserable. So what you do is you end up quitting. Meanwhile, they're still working, bringing home a paycheck, and now you don't have a job.
That's one way to look at it.
Trying to apply for jobs all over the place or to see if you can get unemployment or something just because you don't want to be unhappy in the workplace.
And the way that I see it is they are stewing in their own toxicity while the person that left has a chance to have freedom and they have the chance to reset in their career. But that's just me, and perhaps it's a generational mindset.
Yes.
I don't know.
Generational mindset.
Generation X and millennials, elder millennial.
I.e. Generation X.
Generation
excellent.
Y. Yeah, Generation Excellent. I love it. Yeah.
What comes to your mind tonight about lessons learned or whatever?
Sure.
Whatever you want to talk about.
So something that I think is important that I've kind of, I guess, developed over the years has been a sense of bonding and connection at work, and really to an extent being a leader, even though I didn't necessarily have the title of leader. Mm-hmm. But basically just being someone that people can come to, people can be, they'll come to me, they will ask me, I don't know, they'll almost confide in me. That's happened several times in the last few years, probably since I was, 36, 37, something like that.
That's because you're personable.
Yeah, I am now. But there's certainly been times in my career where I was just kind of doing my own thing, just in introvert. Why can't I say that?
Introvert.
Yeah, introvert mode.
Yeah.
And really just kind of like, just in my own little zone, and there's certainly a time and a place for, I guess, for me to be in that mode. But my personality is an ambivert. So it's kind of like getting energy from, being able to have my own chill time and then getting energized from being around other people. Mm-hmm. And that's something that's played out at work. And it's funny because it also comes to working remotely, and some of the things that come along with that in terms of, it can be lonely. I mean, really, it just depends on your energy. It depends on how you, I don't know, it depends on how you thrive. I don't want to throw working remotely under the bus.
It's like you definitely have to have a good work ethic if you're going to work remotely, because you can spend so much time on your cell phone or watching a movie on TV or whatever, trying to find a way to keep your sanity while working at home alone. I have been working remote for almost 2 years now, and on the one hand, it's great, it's excellent. I don't commute, I don't put gas in my vehicle hardly ever. I'm not putting miles on my truck. But then again, I'm at home alone every single day, and I have moved my workspace from room to room to room, just trying to get some different scenery. Mm-hmm. I do enjoy it, but I do also miss just being around people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
I used to be an introvert, but I think COVID changed all of that.
Interesting, yeah.
It changed all of that. Now I really want to be around people all the time. I just really do.
Absolutely.
But I don't miss working around coworkers that don't share the same values and morals that I do. I don't like, a lot of profanity in the workplace. And I have actually voiced that before. Can't stand it. Not everybody is okay with you dropping F-bombs.
Yeah,
all day long.
Wildly
I'm
inappropriate,
not.
yeah.
And why would you do that anyway?
Yeah.
It's like there are so many words that you can be using in the English language, but you choose the F-bomb all day long. It's like, I'm so over that, I don't even know what to do.
It makes me think of the TV show The Good Place, where they replace the cuss words, or even Veronica Mars, where they replace, I hate this forking place.
This working?
This forking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Which forces you to use your imagination, because it forces you to fill in the blank.
I'm tired of
what
these.
they're trying to say.
I'm tired of these cussing people. And
yeah. You just
oh my gosh.
Get to a place where you're over it,
Yeah, absolutely. Over it, not with
You're just so over it. So what has life been like for you working remotely for 2 years almost?
So in the time that it's interesting because I feel like it's kind of in the framework of me being like the cool guy at work, quote unquote. And you can quote me on the quote unquote.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but being like the cool guy at work, I had like my workspace decorated. I just had like a vibe. I literally had like decor at my workspace, and I'd have my friends talk to me, and it was kind of like, maybe we would chat in the hallway or whatever it was. But then moving to another state, and that's another thing as well, is moving to another state. Make sure you do your taxes. I'll just leave it at that. Because if you work for 2 different states, you most likely have to pay taxes in both states.
Yeah.
Don't find out the hard way. But anyways, it was kind of like I didn't have. It was almost like losing my mojo, if that makes sense. And it was almost like I don't know, just like the energy that I got from being around my coworkers, the energy that I got from spontaneous conversations. Hey Darius, how are you? How was your weekend? You're really just the normal everyday things that come up when you're around other people during the day. And then that was gone. And I was just, in my little 1-bedroom apartment. And my desk was actually up against the wall because of the layout of my apartment. Yeah. So it was like the window was like over here and my desk was like here.
And my daughter, when she was working remotely at one point, she painted the wall right in front of her, like a beautiful mauve or pink color.
Yeah, something like that.
She just painted it. Yeah. And in fact, I had a boss one time that didn't have a window in her office. So she actually hung a picture of a window on her wall. Just to kind of make her feel like she had some type of connection with the outside world.
Microsoft Windows, put the big logo.
That's pretty cool. Okay, pretty cool.
Yeah, put the big logo on there. But yeah, it was definitely, and it's funny because I didn't even realize how much I appreciated being around other people until I didn't have it. Yeah. Because at the time, I happened to be an essential employee, technical, essential worker during lockdown.
COVID,
during COVID, during lockdown. And so I was going to work every day. I was at my same desk, going to work every day. They divvied up the people and kind of spaced us out and everything. But for me, it was, I didn't have that thing where I was at home all the time doing work like most of my friends did. And, but yeah, that came later when I moved to another state. Moved to be with family because I'm good like that. But
because his family members are likable.
Yeah, because my family members are likable.
Because his mom did a good job.
Yeah, and I'll say one quick thing about likableness or amiableness, that it is a trait that I feel it's maybe underrated.
Yes,
but when you're around someone that's amiable, somebody that's likable, someone that is just a good quality person.
Showing up at work.
Yeah, says, hey, good morning, how are you? Stuff like that. It's kind of like, man, when you don't have that, it's just like,
I know.
It makes you want to pull your hair out. I barely have any hair, but it makes me want to pull it out.
Well, one of the things I've discovered about working remote is that, you have to try really, really hard not to get completely out of shape and overweight.
Yeah, facts.
You have to stay motivated enough to get up and dress, put something on. I look like a bum most of the time. Like, I'm so tired of looking shabby, not even shabby chic, just, just
That's funny.
shabby. T-shirts, it could have a grease stain here, some dog hair on this sleeve, it's like I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna go in there, sit down and work, not even take a lunch break.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I really don't take lunch breaks.
Yeah.
Because it's just too easy to walk a few feet to the refrigerator, grab something, and go right back to work. So you really don't even take lunch breaks. Because I know for me, I don't want to.
It's almost
like
kind of boring if you do.
It's like, what are you going to do?
Unless you just take a nap.
Because you're already at home. What are you going to do? Walk to the kitchen table and just like, I don't know, pretend you're at some restaurant or something.
Yeah, like when I was working remotely, I would just take a nap on my lunch break, set my alarm, take a nap.
And I'm not a napper.
Or watch TV. Or just, it was like it just didn't have the same incentive as, before being in person, being in the office, going outside, getting some fresh air. Yeah, sometimes I would go for a little walk around the neighborhood as well, or maybe even on my bike. But
I highly recommend taking lunch breaks if you are working remotely, because you're going to end up getting burned out.
Yeah,
your eyes need a break from the computer. You're just going to be sitting there not moving, being totally and completely inactive all day long, especially if you're the type that works beyond 8 hours. Like you got to sit down and work 10 hours. You'll go to the bathroom. You'll complain. You'll just to yourself. You'll just be like, I hate this job. I got so much work to do, but you still won't take a lunch break. It's like, I think that's one of the things you need to do, or maybe like 4 15-minute breaks over the 8 hours. That I do that sometimes. Like that really helps me, just to kind of break up the monotony of just sitting there all day, just like, oh my God, my eyes, I need some Visine.
Oh my gosh, keep your eyes clean with Visine.
I do have some Visine right next to my keyboard. I do enjoy working at home, but I also enjoy and miss working with people in an office setting. I really do. I don't miss being around people during the wintertime when everybody has a cold, flu, hacking all over you, disturbing you when you don't want to be disturbed. Yeah. I don't miss that part. Because if I'm working at home, I don't have to wear a mask. I'm not going to get sick if I go to work. Yeah. So I guess that would be one of the pros to working at home. I don't miss working around people that I don't want to be around.
Yeah.
Rude people. Like I said earlier, I have left jobs.
And I'll say something that I learned very recently about that. People have different work styles, and some of those work styles can be pretty opposite of each other, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So someone can be really driven at work, or maybe direct would be another way of phrasing it. And someone, like myself, would maybe be more amiable, personable. Hi, how's your day? Like it's something that we literally feel like we need, and we get along with everybody. And maybe we're like, I don't know, like the glue, if you want to phrase it that way. You have some folks that are more analytical, perfectionists, care about data, things like that, which is valuable as well. And then the other one is you have people that are expressive, enthusiastic, the kind of person that wears wacky outfits. They might wear like a really colorful suit to work,
I miss that.
Yeah.
I once had a coworker ride through the office on a unicycle. I actually have her on
See what I'm saying? Like that's
on a unicycle.
Yeah.
And even right now, one of the attorneys I work with will come in from time to time, with 2 ponytails, just 2 ponytails. Yeah. And it's, she's older. She's probably close to 40 years old now, but it's okay.
So my age.
Yeah. I do miss that. I do miss that so much.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Would I trade working remotely for going back to the office right now at this point in my life? Only if I got fired.
I was going to say, no. We'll save that for part 2. That actually would have been really funny if you were like, let's save that for part 2.
Because, I'm here with my dogs. I have 2 dogs. And when I was working in the office, my dogs had to stay, locked up in their little area, which was the laundry room, from like 6:30 in the morning until 6 in the evening.
That's a long time.
With no bathroom breaks, because I worked too far away from the house to come home during my lunch break. That was really hard for me and for the dogs. And yes, there were times I did come home to accidents. So now, I'm able to just slide that back door open, let the dogs out. I do appreciate being able to be here for my dogs. I also appreciate not having to go into work when I'm sick, but I know they need me, so I'm just going to go anyway, I can kind of I can do it at home, and I do it at home. It's not necessarily a good idea, but it's easier to work when you're sick, when you can do it from the comfort of your own home. And I don't mean like, deathly sick. I just mean like, a cold. Because if you have a cold or the flu or something, you're not going to want to go to work and infect your coworkers.
Yeah,
although there are so many inconsiderate people out there that do that. Yeah. And then turn around and don't wash their hands. Come on now, let's just put it out there.
That's funny.
Don't be one of those people. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Definitely.
Don't hack all over people. But anyway, we'll save that for part 2.
Yeah, that'll be for
But if
part
you're,
two,
you
to be continued.
don't have to walk around with hand sanitizer all day. If you're at home, I mean, you're here, you can get up into the bathroom, wash your hands. And even if you are coughing all day long in your house and it's just you don't have to cover your mouth. Yeah. No, you're not going to make anybody sick. So that's one of the pros of working from home. So for me, that's one of the pros. Then also not having to pay for gas to get to and from work, spending hours on the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember when we used to commute from Maryland to D.C. to go to work? It was 2.5 hours each way for me because I had to drive to the commuter lot, then take the commuter bus to the train station, and then take the train down into D.C., and then walk a couple blocks from the train station to the office. And why did I do that? I had to make that money. Yeah. I had to go where the money was.
Yeah. The cheddar, the bread, the squirrel. But yeah, that's it. And Snowmageddon, Snowpocalypse.
Snowmageddon, yeah.
Whatever you want to call it, being stuck in the, oh my gosh.
Which happened to me. I spent the night on the highway one time. I left the office at 3:10 in the afternoon, and I got home at 6 o'clock the next morning. Had to spend the night on Interstate 270 in Maryland because Snowmageddon came out of nowhere, and I was on a commuter bus at the time. Actually, I wasn't on that commuter bus. I was in the car. That particular day. I was actually carpooling with my sister-in-law. Yeah. So it was me, my sister-in-law, and another one of my neighbors, Rosalind.
Oh.
Yeah, Roz was with us.
Oh, wow.
We had to spend the night in the car on 270 in a blizzard.
Did y'all get any sleep?
No, I guess we probably did, on and off. No bathroom breaks. If it's snowing outside or there's what happens out here, hurricanes or I don't have to worry about getting out there in it because I'm here. I'm here working from home.
And now I'm in it.
So anyway, anything else you want to talk about as far as working remotely and what you do and do not like about working at home versus working in the office?
Actually, do I have anything?
If you own a business and your employees love showing up at work, you're doing something right.
Absolutely.
Don't change it. Money is not everything. People want peace of mind.
Money ain't everything, but somehow wheezes.
People want peace of mind in the workplace.
You keep reminding me of way too many rap lyrics. You want peace of mind? Here's a piece of mind. Find the words to rhyme to describe how I'm really.
Did you want to touch on feeling psychologically safe?
Sure. So
I heard him say that recently.
Yeah, that's a new term. That's a new
psychologically safe.
Yeah, it's very interesting. That's a new term that I learned about recently. And so here's my understanding of it right now. It may grow over time, but my understanding of it right now.
Let me put some sugar in this tea. Go ahead.
Yeah. So being in a work environment where you feel like you can. Okay, so to put it in military terms, it would be like permission to speak freely, right? It would be kind of like you feel as though you can speak freely. You feel as though you can openly communicate with the people that you're around, whether it's your boss, your coworkers, team members, whatever it happens to be. But being in an environment that is not psychologically safe, it's almost like you feel like you're scared to speak up, or like you're scared to voice your opinion, or you're scared to chime in if you see something wrong, or if there's something in the workplace that's off. It's making me think of like codependency. It's making me think of gaslighting. It's making me think of these things where people are afraid of like retaliation, or they're afraid of like getting in trouble.
Exactly.
If they say, if they talk about something that they see wrong, or their opinion, or how they feel. And for me, it's toxic. I think that it's toxic. So I just think that an environment that's psychologically safe, and it's not even just work, it also expands to, colleges. That's actually the first context I heard it in.
Really?
Was students, a program that I've been working with for students to feel psychologically safe, as well as the teachers and administrators, and to support mental health on college campuses was kind of like the goal, big goal in the program. And then, of course, that particular program is, could go for the workplace, international,
Oh.
and because it's basically about peace, and it's about owning the peace.
Peace University.
Hashtag owning, yeah.
Hashtag owning the peace.
Yeah, hashtag owning the peace. But yes, in all seriousness, though, to me, it's supremely important to have peace at work, whether it's working remotely or whether it's working with a group of people, small team, larger group of people, whatever it happens to be. I'm just the kind of person that just needs that in my life, and if I don't have that, then I can't be at my best if I don't, and that's something that I know about myself. And it's funny because we could just go on and on and on, and I could go into like the Enneagram and being a Type 9. But it's kind of like, if you know anything about the Enneagram, the Type 9 is like the peacemaker, the peacekeeper. So for me,
not many of those in the workplace.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so for me, peace is a core value.
But you didn't hear that from me. Go ahead.
Yeah. And living color. I can't remember what I was going to say.
But and
what, that's
psychologically safe, that goes way beyond just the classroom or the work environment, relationships.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
We're not talking about that right now, but still,
Naturally.
you have to feel psychologically safe in any environment, in any situation that you're in. And if you're not, get out.
Get out.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh. Hashtag Jordan Peele. Yeah, that is true, because I mean, at the end of the day, and the purpose of this conversation really is to just talk about our experiences a little bit, and maybe even give some advice for somebody who happens to be watching out there that can maybe relate to what we're saying, and perhaps they're in a situation where maybe they're teetering, kind of like, I don't know if this is right for me. I don't know if I should get out. I don't know if I should. It's just really just kind of expanding our awareness to I guess, signs. And really, I personally think that it's important to obey your gut. I think it's important to obey your intuition.
I'm big on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. Yeah. It's there for a reason. We have it for a reason. So I would say that if
your inner wisdom,
your inner guidance system, the wise guide inside. But I would say that, listen to that, follow your gut, intuition, whatever words you like, because it's there. It's served you your whole life, probably, pretty much. And if that can steer you towards another direction, or if it can steer you towards, I really want to do something remote, or I really want to, start my own business, or be a podcaster, or be a vlogger, or social, whatever. It's hard to not think of stuff off the top of your head, but you know what? I am speaking off the top of my head, and I'm keeping it real. And keeping it real is also supremely important. I feel like that's something that is kind of like a lost trait. And maybe it's because I'm an elder millennial, and
people are afraid of losing their jobs, and if they keep it real.
Yeah, when keeping it real goes wrong, I'll just leave it at that. You can search for when keeping it real goes wrong. Yeah, when keeping it real goes wrong, you can do a search for that. And I'll tell you what,
my goodness.
In my life, I've certainly had the feeling of like, if I kept it real, it would just backfire on me, and that's not a healthy place to be. But it's
that goes back to feeling psychologically safe.
I don't like people playing on my phone, but oh my gosh.
But anyway, we certainly hope that you all have enjoyed this conversation. We're going to do this again.
Yeah.
And who knows what we'll talk about next time. But in the meantime, don't quit your day job.
Yeah.
You need a paycheck.
Yeah.
If you don't work, you don't eat. How you going to eat? Yeah. If you don't work, right?
Yeah.
You can always go to Mom's and say, Moms,
yeah.
can I get a couple dollars?
Yeah, crank that
Can I get a sandwich or something?
Yeah. Oh, but, can a brother get some ketchup? Like,
can I get get a taco?
Yeah,
You know, if you're in
exactly.
Texas, can I get a taco?
Yeah, burrito, breakfast burrito.
A brisket taco.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But I know. Shout out to Texas for the food, the cuisine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah.
until next time, we certainly hope you guys have enjoyed listening to us.
Yep.
We're going to come back again and
something
talk
as
a
well.
little bit more. We don't know when, but in the meantime, we want y'all to like,
Subscribe,
share,
all the things.
comment.
At the end of the day, though, what's important is getting the message out, relaying and sharing something that can help people. And that is something that is a value of mine. And if that resonates with you, awesome. You know, we sincerely appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're going to do our peace out.
This is Darius signing off. Peace.
This is Lena saying see y'all.
Out.
Bye.